From the outdoors, Celine Tam's journey on America's Got Talent sparkled with countless promise. Yet in the back of the candy smile and hovering vocals, hidden turmoil brewed. In this video, we'll discover the heartbreaking events that almost derailed her route to global stardom. Strained own family ties, rumors of exploitation, and a father grappling with adversarial allegations. Her story is a long way more complicated than any thunderous status ovation. Could her speedy upward thrust have claimed a devastating toll? Join us as we delve into the tragedy that surrounds Celine Tam's awesome existence beyond the America's Got Talent spotlight. A celebrity emerges from the shadows. In the crowded, neon-lit streets of Hong Kong, a younger girl with a first-rate present changed into approximately to captivate the arena. Born on November 22, 2007, Celine Tam, with her angelic voice and charismatic presence, appeared destined for greatness well before she set foot on America's Got Talent. At just a few years vintage, she wowed neighborhood audiences with vocal manage that defied her age. Instructors and buddies marveled at her uncanny capability to emote like a pro performer. Yet few realized how a swirl of expectations became quietly forging a course laced with capacity heartbreak. Her father, Steve Tam, diagnosed Celine's promise early on. A music enthusiast who had dabbled in making a song himself, he threw each resource into nurturing her fledgling skills. Family anecdotes mention him guiding Celine through daily vocal drills, insisting on precision in even the smallest information. To some, his involvement turned into proof of paternal devotion. To others, it foreshadowed possible tragedy, an overbearing approach that might strip away a toddler's innocence. While there was no outright proof of undue strain, hushed conversations hinted at a father whose pursuits would possibly at some point overshadow his daughter's well-being. Celine's first most important taste of the highlight got here through nearby television competitions, where she belted out challenging ballads that belied her tiny body. The response turned into euphoric. Audiences were shocked by her ability to deliver pitch-best renditions of songs generally tackled with the aid of adult. Hong Kong media outlets categorized her a wonder baby, inundating the circle of relatives with interview requests. Behind the cameras, however, rumors started to swirl approximately the relentless exercise periods. Some whispered that the Tam family revolved absolutely around Celine's vocal schooling, leaving little room for regular early-life pleasures like playdates or weekend to laugh. When she eventually arrived on America's Got Talent, the arena watched as the diminutive singer strolled on level with huge-eyed enthusiasm. The crowd and judges, Simon Cowell among them, were visibly moved when she delivered herself. She selected a hard piece harking back to her namesake, Celine Dion. The overall performance was breathtaking, a crystalline demonstration of her fantastic skills. Yet within the jubilant aftermath, the seeds of heartbreaking complexity took root. A 9-12 months old, thrust into a global highlight, bearing the burden of soaring expectations. The applause reverberated across continents. Videos of her audition racked up hundreds of thousands of perspectives online, and her call trended on social media. While the sector noticed the sweet, confident youngster who may want to belt out ballads easily, the ones closest to her sensed an undercurrent of strain. The bedtime lullabies she once sang for amusing had been now overshadowed with the aid of established practice session schedules. Supporters hailed Steve Tam as a dedicated father who sacrificed his very own interests to form his daughter's rise. Skeptics warned of exploitation, involved that Celine's happiness might turn out to be collateral harm. As the curtain fell on her successful audition, a brand new chapter of complexity started. The highs and lows of on-the-spot reputation. From the instant the America's Got Talent judges showered her with reward, Celine Tam discovered herself swept right into a dizzying whirlwind. Media shops clamored to characteristic the kid's surprise who may want to healthy, the mightiest divas be aware for notice. Invitations to radio suggests, communicate segments, and unique appearances flooded in. To the public, her future appeared painted in glittering lighting. However, behind the scenes, existence was no longer always as marvelous. Celine's days grew more and more regimented. Early morning vocal sports, observed by using educational tutoring, interviews, and finally greater exercise. Her father, Steve Tam, managed schedules with military-like precision. Whenever questions arose about whether this turned into too extreme for a young lady, he insisted that Celine's love for singing fueled her commitment. Yet a few observers sensed an undercurrent of anxiety. A child who once sang for the sheer joy of it now carried the weight of attractive fans and enjoyable contractual obligations. The more her fame soared, the more the spotlight zeroed in at the whole Tam family. Observers noted that Celine's mother, regularly seen quietly in the heritage, rarely commented publicly. This fueled hypothesis. Did she disapprove of the tempo at which Celine's profession became increasing? Or did she clearly opt for extra-personal lifestyles far from showbiz drama? Rumors ranged from mild curiosity to wild theories of internal circle of relative strife. None were definitively tested, but all brought to an experience of looming heartbreak. Meanwhile, Celine juggled the expectations thrust upon her from each attitude. Schoolwork took a backseat to rehearsals and performances. Teachers concerned about her absences discreetly questioned whether the pursuit of repute might impede her long-term development. Despite the swirl of conflicting opinions, the public face she presented remained calm and polished. When asked in interviews approximately missed classes, Celine smiled with courtesy and insisted she turned into retaining up along with her research just first-rate. For a time, each new overall performance on AGT reaffirmed the sector's fascination. Along with her, she belted out popular songs with an emotional depth that felt uncanny for a person her age. Judges commented not just on her voice, however, also on her composure underneath strain. Social media lit up with adoration, labeling her unstoppable. Yet a few fanatics could not shake the sensation that her sparkle carried an unspoken charge. Occasionally, she looked tired or remote in behind-the-scenes clips, prompting questions on whether she ever got time to be actually a child. Still, the Tam family pressed forward. Steve fielded ongoing offers from recording studios, emblem endorsements, and occasion organizers across different continents. Photographers snapped shots of Celine at airports, sleepily clinging to her luggage after lengthy haul flights. The narrative of the unstoppable baby superstar overshadowed quiet symptoms of exhaustion. While fame had certainly topped her with remarkable opportunities, the heartbreak turned into evident to those willing to appearance nearer. Even as the public cheered her on, storms brewed at the back of the cameras. Some lovers expressed subject that this excessive lifestyle ought to harm her budding youth. Others defended the Tams, praising them for maximizing her fantastic gift. Celine, too young to absolutely navigate this struggle, did her excellent to shine for every digicam. Yet the cracks had been there, hinting that even the brightest ascent can harbor shadows, and that heartbreak might quickly eclipse the applause if her world spun too a long way out of stability. Family ties or own family tensions. While Celine Tam's upward thrust to reputation on America's Got Talent seemed seamless to outdoor observers, whispers of anxiety within the Tam household grew louder. Steve Tam, frequently defined as the driving pressure behind Celine's education, found himself the challenge of intensifying scrutiny. Was he a supportive father who made sacrifices to nurture a terrific gift? Or did he push too difficult, risking heartbreaking consequences for a kid who might secretly crave a slower tempo? Speculation flared each time Celine spoke guardedly, approximately her private life in interviews. She praised her father's steerage, however frequently paused to observe him whilst journalists ventured into more touchy subjects. Some noticed this as a signal of a near bond. Others interpreted it as a younger lady conditioned to avoid stepping past permitted barriers. When paparazzi caught the daddy-daughter pair in anxious discussions, tabloids splashed headlines implying that Steve's targets overshadowed Celine's emotional fitness. Conflicting reports additionally emerged about the function of Celine's mother, who seemed a long way much less in the public eye. Certain outlets advised she silently disapproved of the grueling timetable pressured upon Celine. Others insisted that she became completely supportive, working behind the scenes to ensure her daughter stayed balanced. Because she hardly ever gave interviews, gossip stores filled the vacuum with dramatic conjectures.